Guys, not good. Another loss. If you guys have been watching, welcome back to the challenge. You've been seeing me document my journey with FTMO. And this week, another loss on US dollar, Japanese yen. I'll show you the trade. I'll show you what happened. But yeah, maybe it's time to start from scratch. Maybe it's time to, after 6 years of trading, to go over and relearn everything. But yeah, let's just show you the trade and get into the video. Okay, guys, just entered long on US dollar Swiss. As you can see, we're at the daily low. Bullish engulfing, so looking for the DDP for the upside. We broke out, made higher highs on the hourly, and then we broke down, retested 0.382. Okay guys, so currently position, slight bit of drawdown, not looking great, but again, still quite early into the trade. Okay guys, woke up to, again, another 1% loss. Not great, frustrating. Yeah, maybe now it's time to look to change some things.
I don't know if you guys feel the same, but sometimes I just feel like starting from scratch. At the minute, as a lot of you might be aware, I'm enduring a lot of drawdown. Took another loss this week, so I'm down 6% on the funded account. And sometimes I feel like, I just need to start from scratch. I need to relearn everything. Like I said, I've got 6 years experience. I've been trading a while. I've been in these markets for years. But when you're encountering a drawdown period, it's extremely difficult to stay motivated with your strategy, because I know all strategies have losing periods, but my strategy, I keep now thinking, do I tweak things? I've seen a lot of your guys' comments, which I'm really appreciative of, and I see the comments, a lot of you saying, why have I got my stop loss here? Why have I got my stop loss there? And I understand exactly what you're saying, and now I'm just lost with what to do in my head, because part of me obviously wants to stick with the style that I have been consistently profitable in the past. I used to trade my own personal account. Now, obviously, I'm trying to do these funded accounts. But I used to be, I could make good percentage, even 2-3% per month. But right now, it just seems to be, whether it's the market conditions or whether it's an outdated style, it just seems like, when I'm back testing, I can get the data. When I'm trading live at the minute or trading with this FTMO account, there has been a few unfortunate situations, but for the most part, it's down to my trading, it's down to my ability, and I haven't been performing, and I need to sort that out. And now I don't know whether I need to sort that out and swap styles, or whether I need to sort that out and just tweak what I'm already doing, because there's two things in my mind at the minute. Number one, where I'm entering the market, because a lot of the time my bias is correct. I'm entering and it's good. The bias is correct, but I'm getting stopped out and then it's continuing on. So you could argue I need to move my stop further below the low or below the high, depending on the direction you're trading. But another issue is I back tested this, and so many times it will hit my area and go off and continue in the direction that I want and not pull back far enough. So yes, I could take losses with the entry model that I've got, but then I'm also going to miss winners. So through the data, that balances itself out. So yeah, it's difficult. Also, trading the amount of pairs I'm trading. Part of me wants to trade a lot of these pairs, because then you can see a lot of opportunity. And, I'm not trading them all at the same time. I'm scanning through and picking through the best opportunities. But equally, sometimes part of me thinks I might just need to focus on one currency pair and master that. But it's extremely difficult at the minute knowing what to do. Obviously, I said at the start of this challenge, I'm not going to swap my style until or if I blow the account, because I do know this strategy does work. I've been in a community where people have been trading this style, still are trading this style, and are having good months. So part of it is me taking lower probability setups. They're still valid, but they're not the best quality, and sometimes in the position I'm in, I should be avoiding that. But secondly, it's just difficult knowing what to do at this point. So if you guys have any suggestions, leave a comment down below. Part of me doesn't want to start from scratch completely, because I've learned this style and it has been profitable in the past, and I know people that are being profitable with this style. But then part of me is aware that some things need to change. I've not been performing with the challenge so far. I'm down 6%. Yes, I've managed my risk fantastically. I've had the account a couple of months and haven't blown it. Managed my risk very well. But you're not performing. If I'm not performing, do I look to change things? Or is it just a sequence of probability and drawdown? Because like I said, I've been back testing this morning, all the data entering at a different level, where I see a lot of successful traders enter, maybe at the 6.618 level or the 0.75 level, a deeper retracement. And that means you can put the stop below or above the high, so it's protected. And that I agree with, to an extent. But the issue I found with that is, again, you might not take some of my losses if I enter at the 0.382. But you're also not going to catch some of those winners, which can make up for those losses. I'm trying to, if you guys understand.
Let me show you an example on the charts, guys, what I'm trying to say. So as you can see from this example, we've broken down, which is what I like to see, a breakdown. Then I look for a retest of the 1 hour 50 and the 0.382 around that area. I want to see some kind, that's our confluence. And then now we've got the rejection. What we would do is look to enter on the continuation of this bearish engulfing. And then we would have our stop above the 0.618. And then our target is in at this previous low for 3.93%. And then when we watch this play out, it rejects that level, sells off. So a lot of people would argue, why is my stop here? I mean, it needs to be protected above this high. If I do that, my risk reward gets completely ruined. So again, I'd rather have a lower strike rate, but a higher risk reward. And that's what I've tested and saw, that putting it above that level provides, if it hits that level, you can either look for a re-entry or it will fail. Now, some people are saying wait for a deeper retracement, wait for it to go back to, say, the 0.75 level. Then you can put the stop clearly above the high and then you're protected, which I've tested. But this is what seems to happen a lot of the time. You would have something like this. This is obviously the same setup. A breakdown, retest, and it doesn't pull back deep enough to the 0.75. So yes, my stop's at a higher price and it's protected. But I find a lot of the time this will just continue. And yeah, there'll be times where it does pull back and I'll get stopped out and I'll be entered into this position. But there's also lots of times where I'm making 3-4% on this move down here, rather than waiting. So when I've looked at the data, it actually seems to balance out. Like my current strategy, there'll be times that I enter and get stopped out, and your strategy or that deeper retracement strategy won't. So I've took a loss, you haven't. But there's also a lot of times, as I've just shown, where I will get into the market, it will sell off quite quickly from the 0.382, and you wouldn't be able to execute that trade because it hasn't pulled back deep enough. So there's times where I take a 1% loss or a losing day and you don't, or that strategy doesn't. But there's also days where you don't enter because you can't get an entry, and I make 3-4%. So when I've looked at the data, it sort of balances itself out between taking unnecessary losses, or someone would deem unnecessary loss, but also entering positions and getting involved in the move before you guys, or that you guys trading that strategy can. So yeah, it's food for thought. It's interesting, but that's why I'm torn, because I'm like, do I then stick with what I'm doing, or do I change things completely? It's quite, yeah, at the minute I'm not 100% sure. I'm more likely, and probably like 90% sure, I will just stick with what I'm doing until if I lose the account. And if I lose the account, I'll have to reflect thoroughly before buying a new one. But yeah, it's just food for thought, guys. Let me know what you think.
So guys, just thought I'd update you. Just thought I'd update you on what's been going on, obviously about that loss, and what I'm thinking about whether to change or not. Currently, I'm going to stick with it, I think, for now. Like I said, continue with what I said. If I lose the challenge with this strategy, then before I buy a new one, I'll look to reassess. But at the minute, I'll stick with what I'm doing. But I'll be open to your comments, and if you guys suggest anything I should do, then I'll look into it. You know, when there's no trades, I'll look at new strategies, new opportunities, new ways to approach and look at the markets. But yeah, I appreciate the support in the videos though, guys. You guys have been killing it. I appreciate you watching and supporting me and following my journey and being there and supporting me. So yeah, it means a lot. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.